I'm ready. I be on your play, put that yourself, put that young man you. I say, oh, my son. You was a little glass, say, oh, my God. You just say, oh, just say, oh. Hey, my yourself, one night. What's you looking? I say, oh, like you. This is a special birthday song for that dog. Jawali Jonetta. Well, we say happy birthday to you. Enjoy your new age. The graduate daughter. Not forgetting Shannon Taylor for Chicken Air. You want to remember her late daughter, little Taylor, why not Taylor? Just well. Not forgetting Belatune, Wele, Patu. Yasina Soul, in Taxi. Mother Teresa, Raymond Soul, in Rhode Island. Oh, yeah, where I travel. Everyone, birthday, everyone, listen. I say, oh, God, you. I say, oh, I did it. I say, you. No, I do this. Wow, like you. I say, original soul in Rhode Island. I said, no, my. I say, Helena, what? Rhode Island. I put Tommy soul in Liberia. But you know, the late uncle, Stella soul. Yes, you. Says Andy in Rhode Island. Anita Zia, Minnesota. I put you grow, but you talk my old like you. Donata, where I give up, or I see myself. My person looking, my person looking, my person looking, my person looking. He just said, oh, like you. No, I beat Daniela. Not my underwear. He just said, I get it. I'm behind your car. I go. Alfonso Soul, I go like you. Many times of Mr. Alfonso Soul in the US. And now Alfonso Sian Soul, they put you up waking. I saw you, what's your boy, young can you? Congratulations to that job. Jawali Tonanta, well, it is your birthday. Like I said, hold that. You make that more like you. They come now whenever. And where do not forgetting the cousins of the celebrant. Anita Zia in Minnesota. Julie Carey, Minnesota. Uncle Jerry Soul, Rhode Island. And so important personality here, right? Not forgetting our late father, Johnny Zian Soul. Rest well, Father. My better soul, rest well. My nephew soul, listen with. We are in a double celebration. Congratulations. It is your graduation and your birthday as well. We say happy birthday, congratulations. Our medical director. We want to say many thanks to all of the friends who attended the occasion. Good evening, good evening, good evening. To want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. I am Afonso Zia, and so I am the host and presenter in tonight's editions of Lpr-Tv Live with the Analysts, broadcasting to this beautiful Friday evening here. At least a week somehow was good as compared to a couple of days ago with the heavy storm, even though we're still dealing with it, and I'm quite sure certainly you are. We want to welcome you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your locations. You are on the roof of the Library Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. Thank you for joining us, for sharing your evening with us here this evening. Do us a favor, just hit the share icon and just share whatever group and invite someone to this company, as we all intend to have a conversation here. And very shortly, the analyst is going to join us here and we will have a discussion here. To Marion, good to have you. Good morning, good afternoon, morning, bad. Good to have you. That's Joe. Good to have you. Pittman, Johnson, Osbert. Oh, what's up? Good evening. And of course, my man, Victor is in the building. So welcome to the show. This is a Diaspora Informative News magazine, to Liberia Public Radio, Lpr-Tv Friday editions live with the analysts. Hopefully they will join us. And even if you don't show up yet, you're here, I am here, to where we can keep this company going. As you know, usually Thursday I am not available. It's one of those crazy tight day that I can't do anything completely, even when the labor was here. So Thursday is just completely off the radar that I'm not always available. Mondays, Wednesdays, Friday, and then Sundays, those are a day. And unless when there's something that is going Wednesday, we also have another community engagement. But that is very much vital because we always, we don't just do it. We don't just do it our way. Sometimes we discuss this issue and we talk politics. We also give light to the community, some of the things that are happening. So we have to make this conversation proportional. Not everybody in the politics business, because sometimes it just breaks people's nerves. If you hear what these people do, what they say, and what they talk, it just breaks people's nerves. LPR educational Dr. Jones Otavia Miles is here joining me from right here in Ocean State, in the city of Pawtucket. As a matter of fact, we are just right within the same here. We are within the proximity, less than 5-10 minutes walk here, and so we always do it. Dr. John, I forgot. I wanted to wear my yellow coat. Yeah.
Why you forgot?
Oh man.
We'll question your loyalty.
I wanted to wear whether pajamas or whatever. I wanted to wear my yellow or yellow gown or whatever stuff. Yeah, I mean, the country turned yellow recently.
I said the whole Moravia. When you get yellow coat, I mean, if you get a coat, get a trouser. If you get a trouser, get a shoes. If you get a shoe, get a handkerchief.
I didn't even know that people have yellow teeth. Some people teeth.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. You see coloring and everything was. I mean, you were just yellow. I said,
oh yeah.
What was that for? Anyway, we're gonna come to that. Too much. The country is very interesting, though. Oh, I mean, it's the house. Everybody.
Oh yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I didn't see Clarence David with his yellow.
Maybe in the making, you don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't want to surface their own picture to surface. They need to put their own picture up too, so that we'll see. I'm not sure whether Lpr was able to put on that yellow. And then I talked to him. He was like, "What's going on?" I said, "Oh, you want to be a pepper in my mouth? You're asking me what's going on? I should be asking what's going on." Okay, Dr. Mata, good evening. Good to have you. Welcome. Thank you for all what you do, not just only for the community, but for our country. This is time consuming. always here have these sort of critical conversations. Sometimes people do agree with us, sometimes they don't, which of course they have the right to. That's part of the engagements of in national conversation. So it's always good to have it. Man, this week too, that was the thing we had a storm, right?
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
let's go Monday and
on
Tuesday.
it was I couldn't even answer my street before even getting to the house.
No, but a lot of people couldn't even go to work on Tuesday.
Oh, no,
That
she's
snow was extraordinary.
yeah. I think the remnants of this they I say I don't think it's going away now. I think they're taking it all the way up to July. All real severe rain comes down. That's the only way it will be washed away. You got nowhere to they have nowhere to put it, and it's getting sully and sully and sully. Unless
But
real
37 feet, a small thing. Alone, it even beat the Minnesota people. I think
you didn't Minnesota didn't even express it this gone Monday. That was so surprising.
no, because they having it every day, I think.
Yeah. So they were, I don't know, maybe since the ice went there, that was their under storm for that whole week. So they do it. All right. Good evening, Dr. Mari. How is everything so far?
uh, by His grace, just want to thank the Almighty for keeping
Well,
up and bringing us this far.
I got Clarence. All the rescued members need to wear yellow. Are you serious? Send me one yellow suit. I want one nice suit. Yeah, let's go
Well,
ahead.
but
I'm sorry.
Clara was so say that you also will celebrate it because our background is exclusively yellow.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
we started yellow before the
it's the background.
yeah.
And
The we started
I show Keto is coming to hang on that.
Keta. Yeah, Keta come here accuse me again. And the thing about they yellow being here ever since, but Keta who being a Keta sedition will ever be a sedition. There's no form of sedition. That's a good thing. That's the thing I know about it.
I know.
Sedition will ever be a sedition. That party is some sort of party. But Clarence, Mr. David, good to have you here. I Kesalit, I hope I can. Oh my God. But then maybe I'll just call the last name. Good evening. Good to have you. Good morning. Good afternoon, depending on your location. All right, Dr. Mallet. Man, too much going on. What's going on?
Oh yeah.
So let's this whole machine thing here. I saw the images on the social media, even in sections is everything was what was that? Is that in solidarity to the, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's huge, it's significant, it's a big step forward. That's a big mark. The president and his team to get that there. Might want to focus, and we had a sort of late conversation. I'm still trying to get to Granite, the the head of the yellow machine, I don't know, tax or commissions or whatever it is.
But
I
I
just
mean, but I've been really pondering the Ministry of Public Works
hmm,
has got a deputy minister
for technical services.
for technical services, including maintenance,
Hmm.
and they have director of maintenance. So I was wondering, are they working together or were they special envoy overseeing the yellow machine? Are they collaborating or they just got the public work out of the whole debacle? Or I asked some friends in Liberia, but they couldn't even answer the question. They answered, they don't know what's going on.
And that's why we for us here we don't want to involve in conspiracy theories, innuendos, and guess here. But we'll just continue to make a guess based on what we know, our own understanding,
Yeah.
and hopefully we can have this sort of conversation. And that's what I'm trying, doing everything possible to get give Granny some who is the head. It's such a convoluted, it's such a convoluted one. I saw a statement now that the Ministry of Public Works, they are saying they are in charge. So who is who really coordinating it? Is it a joint thing? Is it that the ministry is unable, or is it because these are huge consignments? There was that why a presidential commission was created, or is it another versions of making having big government? I don't know, but they can tell us until we can get an in-depth. We'll continue to speculate. We'll continue to make some educated guess the rationale and why it is. But that's a legitimate question here, because the Ministry of Rural Development came about, as you know, from Talbot, from the road to farm, or farm to road. What had it called? Road to farm.
Market roll.
On to market roll, on to Woolen vs Woolen our Talbot.
Yeah.
When he wanted those in the farming industry to be reachable and get their produce, it was on the Ministry of Rural Development. When the rural development was created, Samuel Doe came. He came with his agenda, where the stadium and everything, which is also great. But with this commission, I really want to talk to former Minister Samuka, because the coordination. I mean, these are huge consignments. Are they trying to add pieces of layer to the ministry just to create some, maybe a bureaucracy, or to make sure that these logistic tools are properly cared for? It is good. Each county will have their own yellow machine. We hope and hope. I mean, for me, it's the accountability aspect, the maintenance, and not just having. I know we had this conversation here before, but they were going so explosive until the whole country. I saw yellow flag. You saw yellow flag hinking too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yellow flag. But Liberia is an interesting country. I wonder, when these things are happening, do we think that our neighbors look at us? I mean, we can't, because we do it to the extent it's just so, like, just coming into being, And I know it's huge, it's significant. We are hoping that those in charge will wisely use those material, but to the extent that it's being taken, it's just somehow, I don't understand.
But I think, like what we said the last time, I think we are for. I think some Liberian people are waiting for a comprehensive write-out, the security implication, the maintenance. I think they need to put in place some things where, when people tend to steal these things, it should be a criminal. I mean, it should be criminal, because I tell you no lie. Most Liberians are very notorious when it comes to mismanaging government property. You see, and my fear now is these things are going into the Leeward counties. What is the arrangement there? Security arrangement, maintenance arrangement. What would be the specific role of Samukai? Were he going to be liaising from county to county to ensure that these things working, or I have not seen a blueprint of this whole thing, because that should be the concern right now. You see, because if these things are not handled properly, they're going to be a breakdown. And we are well known, when these things break down, they remain as they are. I mean, we just dash them away. You see, this has been the case with the Morea Transit Authority.
That's what you just got it out of my throat. I'm telling you, that was something I want to be bringing. But I listened to a little excerpt interview when they went at the port, And Minister Samuka gives a run through my understanding from what I get. And this is why I'm still working hard to reach out to him, because I just really want to get a better insight so I will know exactly how to talk about it. Like he answered the question that needs to be answered. But my understanding, they're going to be having a liaison or supervisors or some here in each county. They're going to be, I mean, he talks a lot of things. What I do know of him, he's a disciplinarian. Besides he's been a security expert, he brings a lot on the table. You remember when they were doing the Taylor time? What was this thing? Yes, some couple when they were doing the petrol bomb, the guy that want to kill Larry Milton and other things when they were doing those things when he was at the police. He was the one that stabilized that. I mean, he's very good at his job. But yeah, the representation aspect, like you said, because people abuse government. Government is being, they treat government less, they treat government any kind of way because they feel that when they do these things, they get away with it. So what is the security aspect? We're going to post on there, you go look some important parts is extracted, is stolen, take it to Cote d'Ivoire, take it to Guinea, Sierra Leone, and then you have it. Like in the case of MT, so I really want to know, I mean, what was the strategic plannings of government in as much this thing, because we want it to be used for the purpose. Even though he laid down some basic ground rules that it then this is why they are all migrate with different countries, which is good. So I don't know how they're going to do. No more Kaifali can going to take our machine, even though it's not superintendent or LHS. They can't take Grand machine and go loan it to Sino. If that will happen in terms of needing extra help, it has to go through a process and not just go there to go do some kind of superintendent or some kind of businessman contract and go do it. No, that's not it. From what I listened to him, those were the things that he was talking about. But I kind of really want to get an in-depth of it. Is that convincing?
And the next thing now is the issue of
Yvonne, good to have you. To Brown, good to have you as well. Good evening, good morning, and of course, Mr. Jubit Tape Mokrapi. Let's go.
Yeah, and the next thing that came to mind, the issue of proper storage. Where would this thing be parked? Would it be parked under the open place, or would it be parked I mean, where they get somewhere prepared for this thing to park? Because here is the issue: it's not everybody that is happy for the moving equipment. Some people could tamper with it just to make sure it doesn't work. You know what it means to take this thing to, let's say, river cells. You take about 3 or 4 of these things to river cell. And when you notice, one of them is broken down so quick, because it's not every part of the Leeward County is happy about development. And I even understand even sharing with me some of the witchcraft, then they are very anti to these things. They don't want road to pass certain place. They don't want bridge to be built over certain river, and they start to fight in the night and get reflected in the day, and some of the caterpillar, they temper with it. I've been hearing the kind of news. I don't know how confirmed it is, but I've been hearing some of these things. So some people are just very anti, and you see, you cannot blame the witchcraft because they have been living that life for centuries, for a very long time. So the coming of a yellow machine, it becomes like a taboo.
And not just only to them, but you saw how the whole country, the reception, I saw people were in the pool of rain. And that's what happened when sometimes previous people abuse power to the disadvantaged people. And so when these things are happening, it becomes unusual. I don't think Sierra Leone is going to do that.
Yeah, what say the witchcraft and the wizard are the opposition to the yellow machine. Oh my God. No, even though we're taking it for fun, but it's real. Some people just don't want development in certain part of the Leeward County, man. And one time the story sparked off from Grand Bassa County, one village. I learned when the caterpillar ready to go, darkness will fall, Mayday. Then the people will leave and go home. When they come back, darkness fall again. The person they don't want road. Even the electricity is a big threat to the witches and the wizards in some Leeward County.
What were those people when gunfire from Woodrow? They packed their load, they all ran away. Yeah, they all ran away. They couldn't do anything.
I learned in some places they build the bridges. They got undermined, no concrete cement, my man, beneath the water. Just for that bridge to break down. They're saving their whole operation. You see, so there are so many factors that have undermines development in Africa. You see?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
the storage aspect too, that's very important, because these are very important. I mean, they are very, very good. I mean, we just want people should not abuse these things because they will help. They will be a good thing. Our rules are going to be okay, even if it is not even actual what they call quota. You have to train people, and not just only that. I hope they have personnel from Ministry of Popular Works, technical people, train them to be able to care to treat these machines. And now, when something breaks, you gotta go get somebody from China or whatever they came from, to come do it. We must be able to have people there to train them to properly take care of these machines, and they must pay them and that's where the problem comes from. There are some heavy duty. They have very few people that move these heavy duty. And so if you do not give them what they deserve to, those same very people can go put finger in the throat of those machine and then it become problem.
Of course.
And now when the Fonso can drive today in Grand Guinea, they're all the machine there, everything packed until they gotta go find another driver. So they need to do something.
But then again, but look at the issue.
Dr. Mali, just be carrying on. I will remove myself the screen. Let me just attend to quick stuff here. Just do some little bit monologue and with say Tape and everybody here. So let me just do a quick talking here. I will move myself on the screen. I'll be with you.
Yeah, it's like the issue of government officials in some of the Leeward counties may want to use some of the ice moving machine to even clear their farmland or try to loan it to some people to clear their land, for some pocket change. But I think the fact of the matter is that the issue of sincerity, this is the reason why those who will be coordinating this whole yellow machine thing, like Bani Samuka and others, they need to come down. They need to show all a clearly written information. What happened when someone tamper with this thing? Would it be arrested? Would it be sent to court? Would it go through due process? Or it's just going to be business as usual? What happens if county authority decide to interfere with a yellow machine? They want for road to go this way. Maybe the Ministry of Public Works will want to say, all right, we are going to target 3 farm to Market Road this way. And maybe the superintendent will say, oh no, you guys need to prioritize this side. And I hope there will not be conflict of interest, you see, because the superintendent, they are almost like the representative of the president, and they have a lot of saying in their various counties. So I don't know whether they're going to work together or who's going to report to who, or is Bani Samuka going to report to the superintendent, or is he going to be reporting directly to the president? I mean, I foresee a whole lot of conflict of interest, you see, because these yellow machines, they need 24-hour security, maximum security, because anybody can take parts from this thing, go and sell it to Guinea, to Sierra Leone, to Ivory Coast. People want to buy these things, you see. But I'm more concerned about how it is going to be fully managed. The security aspect is very, very important. Very, very important. The maintenance is very, very important. Are they bringing people to train people to maintain this machine? Or are they going to bring maintenance officer from where they bought this machine from to look after these machines? I mean, these are all questions that Bani Samuka need to really answer, because these things are put in his charge, and we haven't gotten the details here how these things going to be managed. And it's very important. These are assets. These are societal assets, and the protection of those things should be the requirement of everybody. So I just hope that we'll have a time to really listen to the general coordinator of this whole thing. If Mr. Samuka and the Ministry of Public Works will be working together, then we want to know what specific role will the Public Works Ministry be playing, and what specific role will Bani Samuka be playing. It is necessary to really answer this question to avoid in-house fighting and misunderstanding over the machine. Because if we don't have a clear-cut blueprint about who's supposed to do what, how, and when, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a real problem. This is the reason why I think it would have been very prudent for the yellow machine to be turned over to the Ministry of Public Works. You can get other people joining them there to work, but setting up a special presidential coordinating arm, I mean, there where I'm finding the problem. You see, there where I'm really finding the problem. Because by and large, we cannot remove public work out of the whole operation. They're supposed to be spearheading this thing. There's a reason why all the deputy ministers and directors in that building, they are all on taxpayer payroll, you see. So bringing this guy in is like creating another layer of taxpayer money, because you got to pay him. It's not for free. He has to be paid. So, well, it is the president's prerogative, the direction he has taken, but I just pray that there will be nothing like misunderstanding. There will be a firm coordination. I just hope they will all work together. Good evening, men of God.
Good evening, Dr. Malik. How are you,
See,
sir?
you couldn't say good evening on me, you say, before the man of God. I came before the man of God.
Oh no! Keto tried to throw a grenade in this thing again. Keto, I didn't see you. I just saw your flash. You see, every time you behind this flash, the military technique and security, you gotta forget about it on the platform. You can't show up. See, the men of God got nothing to hide. Now you come, you stay behind that flash yet.
I think, yeah, that man
God
of God,
welcome you.
the text I receive on that man of God, you get nothing to her.
Well, I don't know much about that, but I know I honor him as a man of God, and I hold him to his words.
Well done, Keto. Don't mind, Keto. You always get some kind of recording or you monitoring some kind of text
I
from people.
know. There's a reason why even when I
Hey,
call him
you more than AI.
I call him now, can you be a friend?
Ice. They call me Ice. Yeah, Dr. Mali, how you doing? Terry, how's
Not
everything,
bad,
man?
sir.
Yeah, man. How you doing? Dr.
Yeah,
Male, you
see.
are the
Oh no,
moderator
CEO.
tonight?
So he just took a break. You'll be back in the next maybe 10 minutes. But it's like we
Wow.
gotta carry on the warming exercise,
Right.
and so
Yeah,
I think Keta will have to come in now because we're just talking about a few things about the yellow machine,
yeah.
the
I heard
storage,
you.
the security, and a whole lot of stuff, and also Samuka role and the Ministry of Public Works role, or what are they working together, or who report to who, and when the thing go to the Vera County, the superintendent who sees himself as a representative of the executive mansion, he's the town chief down there, the emperor. Is he also be giving his own instruction? I mean, these are some of the little things we're just talking about. Yeah.
I think Dr. Mali, I have to say hi to the audience and listening and viewing audience. I think your point is very legitimate, very much legitimate. The fact is, the first thing I'll observe, right? The
Mhm.
president creating that entity that is responsible for yellow machine. We're trying to we're trying to reduce government. We have an entity, an existing constitutional entity that is responsible for these things. Why don't you empower that entity to execute exactly what you want these other machines to perform? You go and you create another entity because Brandon Samuka being the head of that place, he will bring his own people on board that he will work with. He will assign people to who got to be on payroll. Whether they're on the CSA payroll or the other payroll, that is a lot of waste when it comes to government spending. So as one of the things, one of the aspect I see. Another one is, and I mean, it just we are just we are just speculating. Um, and the reason we're speculating because it is consistent in our society. We lack maintenance, and when we are Liberian, we lack maintenance. So these machines are good for the country if they are maintained properly. So the parts of those machines are very expensive. And, the machine gotta be few. Do we have the ability? The government has the ability to, I mean, create few depots in all the different counties that these machines will be stationed, so it can be usable to the people, or at the government, when the people want open road, they will have to be asking for gas from the citizens in those areas, few areas to do the machine. I mean, it's good if the government just behave the way they're supposed to behave, give the people what the people deserve by waste, cutting down some waste, crazy waste, and push it towards yellow machine care and operation. Open roads, open roads, and continue opening roads to open the country up. That will be something good. Because at the same time, while you opening roads, the machine has wear and tear. You got to repair and all that kind of stuff. Train people to work on the machine. I think it'll be good. But that creating, I understand what the president doing is to make sure that these machines are properly cared for, but you could still do that through the public works and make sure that the public work gives serious accountability for everything they will do with that machine instead of creating another uh agency, so to speak. That's my own take. But I mean, fairness, it's a plus for Liberia. It's a plus for
Okay.
Liberia. How?
All right. All right. Now we'll let you listen to the men of God. I think he also been adding up through prayer for these things to come.
And by the way, I would just like there on this public meeting to extend my deepest condolence to the family of Solomon George, the
Oh, okay.
former representative that passed away. I think he said today. I was
Okay.
just
Oh,
browsing through Facebook and I saw that information popping up all the while.
okay. All right. Thank you.
Well, I don't really know whether if Solomon George is dead yet. I don't know if it's confirmed.
It is
But
confirmed.
myself been seeing it circulating online, and if that is the truth, then it's very, very sad. Yeah, but Dr. Mali, I think the yellow machine, again, hi to everybody. Rescue 2, how are you doing? And to our listeners. Uh, my contention with the little yellow machine that everybody wearing yellow in the country, making it, I don't know what's going on in the country. Everybody wearing yellow. But my contention is, I don't think these people were prepared for the yellow machine. There are several things that we need to look at. I see them carrying the machine all over the place. I don't know whether if they're going to pack the machine in one place where there is no facility enough to take care of it, no space, no maintenance. Because 137 machine, where you are you going pack it? You say you're carrying the machines to the various towns and to the various villages or counties. Do you have a place to store these machines? That's my contention. Because if you don't have a place to store the machine going to sit down to rust. Do you have proper maintenance for this machine? So they were not prepared. Because I saw someone play, they were carrying the machine in the bush. I saw people were saying, yeah, the machine is here now. This is the resting place. So I said, where? In the graveyard? you supposed to, when you having this kind of a big opportunities, you're supposed to prepare for it. You don't just come and say, oh yeah, you get a machine now. We all agree you get a machine. But where are you carrying a machine? Where is it going to be stored for maintenance purposes, for people to take care of it? And how long it's going to take before the machine goes into effect? How many operators do we have for those machines in every county? Are these people organized? Are they ready? Or they just want to wear yellow kosu and be passing around, oh, yellow machine? Yeah, and is that what we're trying to project? Because I really don't get it. I really don't get it. My own thing is, I'm happy for the machine, but I don't think I don't think we were ready for it. It's like to say we were guessing that maybe the machine will come and maybe it will not come. Maybe some people felt that the ship will sink and the machine will go in the sea. So until we see it, before we start preparing for it, now it will cause damage on the machine. Because those machines are supposed to be dedicated machines that we're supposed to have proper facility built and ready to host them. And we need to have people already on the ground going into effect for training purposes and all. I don't know if the government has already prepared for that. I'm in doubt. Unless you can clarify that, Dr. Mali.
But Menago, those are very legitimate questions. But don't you want to believe that the government have gotten in place before the machine came? You don't want to believe that? Because
no,
what you're saying is very legitimate. You see, men should be trained on the ground. Where the machine is supposed to, the storage of the machine in the various countries should be set by this time. So you don't want to believe, as a responsible government, these things are already in place. It's just a matter of time to take them to the various location, or is it because they are not showing it to us, or what?
that's it. If they had it, they will show it to you. You know that blue and nothing can have. Yeah, you see everybody, even the legislature, then can wear yellow suit to go to the president. Everything in the country, if it's in line, you will see it. Now, if you taking, and we saw the machine coming from up in the air, they hang it, all those things, and bring it down. But have you seen where the machine station, where they taking it, where they dividing it? Have you seen the place, the location? I have not seen the place. You understand? Because we want to see where the machine is going to rest.
Okay.
Because the resting place of those machines, where it's going to patch, will determine that the government is ready for operation. That's my point.
Oh, Dr. Toto, you are welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Dr. Mario.
Yes, the moderator just left. He going for something to come right back. But for the
Okay.
meantime,
So
we got to carry on the horse warming.
yeah.
So we're just talking about some little aspect of the yellow machine, and now we're just brainstorming the issue of storage, the issue of Bani Samuka coming in and the Ministry of Public Work, whether they're going to be working together. Now the machine has landed. The storage, where are they keeping it? Uh, the man of God is contending that he are not seeing that, and it's a problem. Whether maintenance officers, maintenance technicians are already on the ground to start working with these things, nobody knows. Because apart from the operators, you need a maintenance team. It's a public work team, it's a team coming from abroad. How would the coordination be like in the various counties? What would be the role of the superintendent? Will Banik Samuka be reporting to the public work ministry, or will he be reporting directly to the president? These are some of the things we just brainstorming on. So I don't know what's your take on that.
Yeah, that's a I mean, when it comes to the issue of the yellow machine, like I told somebody, I think yesterday, or we're having the same discussion or on the other platform. I think for the initial stage, it was good when the announcement was made in the country. People celebrated. But now going forward, I see lawmakers they wearing yellow, people celebrating. Yeah, I say, well, wait, hold on. The work had not yet started yet celebrating the machine so big like that. For me, the celebration wouldn't begin when we see the actual work of the machine. The advocate of the country will see their mark facing role or carrying some infrastructure development. They will begin to celebrate, but just a wrap up of the machine, the gear is so high in celebration. And then when it comes to the storage also too, I don't know how this sort of coordinated because such things are government property. And we have GSA. I don't know whether GSA will involve into this process in terms of storage or that's it or keeping the fast or the machine and to make sure it's government property. And then we have the issue of public work. We don't know what role public will be playing in the aspect of it there. We saw some time ago they are now branding Samuka on a special operation to hear that. And then you have the county development funds or the other county development for the county development of local government also too. So I don't know how they're going to carry all this operation or all the bureaucracy that already there already. Then they add a new layer on it again. So I don't really know the function of Brother Samuka group, in terms of carry on the operation of this yellow machine, to be frank.
But
Dr. Lorry,
yes, sir.
the history is changing around here. Dr. Toto don't know, Terry have no idea how the yellow machine, where they parking there in the bush, and no maintenance. This is.
But I thought you were not here again. I don't know why.
I said the CEO went for something. He coming. He said not sending.
You said
The CEO is not sending stuff for anybody.
I am the one in charge. That's what you said.
I was getting to emergency court. Now, Clarence is now going nuts. Clarence is
But CEO, I think this is a legitimate point Terry and the doctor raising on this platform. Very legitimate. Now you would think I don't know. I would disagree with Terry when he said maybe they were not expecting for the mission to come. I knew they were expecting it to come. But what is very poor in the whole preparation is where you're gonna put those machines when you distribute them to the 15 counties. I know the machines should be parked in some military facility along the Hakata Highway area there until, according to them, when all of the 287 pieces arrive, then they will start distribution. Maybe before that time, they will start constructing storage facilities in those counties to put those machines. Maybe, I'm saying maybe, but again,
That one
it's a
will
good.
take care of stuff. Don't you want to talk it a sedition way now? I know Keto. He wants to talk it a sedition way now. He acting like he thinks some kind of way.
No.
But
But from the get go,
CEO,
I said it's a good thing. I said it's a good thing from the get go. Look, let me tell you something, brother. So, if we can open up our country and starting like this, not only bringing this machine, but also looking at people that are doing mining in our country on a very large scale. And so we'll buy our own machinery, we'll employ our own people, teach them how to mine and keep our own gold. So we determine the price of our own gold. It will be a blessing for our country. And we got one Turkish company that taking gold and giving us royalty. So even our roads, we can start doing the roads. We can also bring crude oil in. When we
Okay.
go through the process of fractional distillation, the byproduct of fractional distillation is quota. We take the quota and fix our own roads. We can do that.
Okay. All right. Hold on yet. Moses is here, the gentleman from Delaware. Moses, good evening.
Good evening. I'm audio. Can you guys hear me?
We're hearing you.
Good evening, everyone.
Dr. Toto, Analysts, Collins already surrendered. They're apprehensive. They have a concern as to whether these things going to be careful. Terry in the war, he said government is not prepared. But I mean, they are legitimate concern. And the reason we are having this yet, no, there will be no any patriotic librarian would say they are not happy. But the manner in which our people from time to time, the history of treating government properties, we saw that. How people looted government cars, take government property. I don't know whether the GSA, the other GSA man, more or less, is interested in people wear the clothes they wear to go to work. They should. He another man. I mean, it's just crazy. Everybody doing their own thing. People should wear this kind of clothes here. That's not your business. Pay the people. You are concerned. Yes, we want proper, dressing code, whatever it is. But that also comes with people gotta get a pay. But your job, more or less, those days of GSA. Every car you see, say, I know they still have it, but it's been properly accounted for. I hope there's some sort of a computer system because we don't want one administration leaving and then another government comes, it start from square one and start buying things because this one with Terry going tomorrow from Ministry of Finance, say, oh, I brought it from there. Oh, I brought it one here, and he took it and carry it, and nobody else. Then you have government come to spend extra money. I think these are all questions, but I'm still working hard. I really want to have that, Minister Samuka. But I think I have a sort of conviction reason why the president somehow, Samuka, he's a very tough guy. Everybody get their own little pitfall, but he's a very tough guy. I think he's the only person that he really thinks with his skill, his security skill, expert, and all of that. And those are costly. I don't know how much for those things, but those are very costly too. We don't want people to start crossing onto Ivory Coast to Guinea and taking the tire, taking something a bowl, and they're going to cost thousands of dollars. I mean, that's for some man. Moses, good to have you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
but
I've been listening.
CEO. Oh, okay. Sorry, Moses.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, I wanted to ask a hypothetical question here. You think the party Daha would be very comfortable discussing the kind of on EC issue? You don't think that is going to annoy the party hierarchy?
If the party and this administration means well, I don't think they should shy away from any interview questions or something to share the information that they have on this yellow machine. I know I heard you guys talking earlier that everybody wore yellow. The thing that baffled me in that situation is that all of the representatives that went to the mansion to thank the president about the yellow machine, are they all United Partisan? If that is right, then I don't think the legislative body and the executive body are no different from each other. If they all went to congratulate the president for bringing a yellow machine, or it was just a a thing again for rubbing shoulder with the president, then I think they missed the ball. I missed the ball, and I was just blown away by that. And when they said they were moving the yellow machines to the various counties and they were bringing it off the ship and people lined up the street, it reminded me of the day we used to run on the street, or they used to tell people to line up when the president coming. I mean, people were lined up all over the street, waving, cheering, yellow machine is in town. That's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is maintenance and operational. And when we discussed last week about Bernie Sanders taking over these two different, and some people thought there was conflict of interest to have two different groups of people. I was of the mindset that this group is the one who will kind of police and do the administrative, put some administrative structure in place for those machines. We have a Ministry of Public Works that should be able to do that, and they should be decentralized and have a branch in every county and monitor the machines in those counties. It should be a government entity there. So I'm not sure. This is all confusing, and I hope they don't build the kind of bureaucracy that will be conflicting, and you have people clashing with each other throughout. It's a good effort, but when you don't have a structure to it, then it turns to be a bad effort. And so it's about wait and see. Well, how this thing is going to proceed. But everybody wearing yellow shoe, yellow tie, yellow hat.
I want to get my yellow coaster tonight, but I don't know my son. I check
and all of those things.
I started telling Dr. Toto to be in yellow. I don't know why he come with cheap Boston gown.
I almost
yellow.
Yellow here.
Yellow is not there. I almost wore my yellow IE shirt today.
I told you the first day of the mission, I wore my yellow shirt ready to celebrate. But I said the ongoing celebration we should be caught up now. We want to see the action of the mission.
Exactly. They're very good, and those are things that can really move that country forward. How it's done, we don't want to be the same thing like previous administrations bring things. I remember when as soon as the Ellen government took over, they brought Mercedes-Benz from Italy, donated it to the government, and within 2 months, those cars were already, nobody could maintain them, they were already down. And those are cars that people use in, Europe for police and for other things, Volvo, Mercedes, and all of that. But in Liberia, we used Mercedes for luxurious cars when we didn't have the roads, and they donated it, and we accepted it. Now looking at the road condition, within time, it was all broken down.
No, but mostly we're not only the road condition. The car coming from the world, the breeze setting air. The cold air. He's sitting in Africa, start breathing hot air. Wait, you said it in the roof.
Mr. Marty, get serious. But you're right, because they have certain grade and certain requirement that the car should have in such a hot weather and all that kind of stuff.
Okay,
we don't know if that's
in fact, like the yellow machine now. Maybe there are certain type of oil they're supposed to be using. People start using substandard oil.
Yeah.
And they start putting creek water into it and all the kind of things.
Oh my God, Mr.
Not be realistic. I mean, we just want to be realistic about this.
Yeah, that maintenance.
Because the problem here is that the yellow machine, first of all, in my own thinking, it came the wrong time. You know why? It came the time where the rainy season was soon kick in. And that's going to make it difficult for it to get to most of the leeward counties. Maybe they will even be parking on the road. And trust me, CDC will try hard to go there and take the picture because they're on the roadside. They can't reach. They will sit down there. People will see the park. A whole lot of things. So the yellow machine constitutes a very huge campaign propaganda, oh man. So what
we're waiting for it.
Yeah, so everything we see here, actually, I agree with you guys. Things supposed to be put in place because people are already sitting on the fence. Keto and her cohort, they're sitting on the fence. So by this time, I think by this time, the information minister supposed to be giving a deep briefing now by this time.
I don't know.
Because even when they took the yellow machine from the port, even the truck, the tractor truck that's supposed to carry a yellow machine.
Yeah.
They don't have any of them.
No.
In the system, they had to wait. They carry some, come back, they carry whole night. So
well,
even
that's okay.
If you look at the side of the yellow machine, each of them occupy a very sizable space.
Of course, you see it here too.
You see,
those things are huge.
So you need 2 acres of land to even occupy this thing. Do we have this in the various leeward counties where the ring can really concentrate, like what the man of God just said? We don't want instead where these things start getting rusty before they even start working.
Well, it's the countries that are going to be responsible to find a location and to equip the place to accommodate these yellow machines. And the country superintendents now have a challenge on their hands to make sure that these machines are accessible for the purposes that they were brought for. And so now we're going to see the administrative skills of some of these people who are being given the responsibility to process this. And I think public works should have, and this is an opportunity to decentralize public works. Like it used to be back in the day. We had a place in Vunjaman for public works. We had it in Bon County for public works. So I think that they need to create a Department of Public Works, which is to serve the public in those particular places as far as road maintenance and all of that, and find a place in each county where those things would be housed. And this is a reason for if I employ many local people, that's job opportunity for people there who can receive training and all of that. So this is overall, I think this is a great initiative. But the way it's going to be processed, I hope the bureaucracy in Monrovia does not dominate and really exclude the people locally from participating and creating job opportunities for them. That's all.
Yeah. So, okay, let me bring it, Terry. And I mean, the reason we are having these sort of conversations is to avoid potential mismanagement, because that has been the problem. That's what we are saying here. I am 100% happy. This is huge. This is significant. This is a milestone. Having those things here, it should be a big relief to people moving up and down. It helps to boost the economy, because when people are living from one point to another, that's how goods and services move. But all we are saying now is the management aspect. I'm wondering here, Terry, before you can make a point where you wanted to come in. What was the level of conversation here with these local county leaders? Is it just as like a surprise that, hey, 10 machines, this number of machines coming to Sando, River says the county is responsible for the security of these people, because you're giving it to them, you have to give them the manpower, people who want to be moving there, how they're going to be coordinated. They might have a strong management team. Now somebody, you get grab one, you go low, you start going wherever you're supposed to go, and people just doing their thing. But I think I kind of heard someone was saying here, I think it would be, we're just hoping to do it, but I want to hear. But Terry, why should you be apprehensive?
So, how can you organize a committee 2 to 3 days on arrival of consignment of that caliber? This particular yellow machine have been expected in country since JMB came to power. Budgets have been passed, right? We had this anticipation for this yellow machine. This have been the puppet vision, open roads and all of that. You want to tell me we didn't start building facilities for this thing long time? We didn't have a committee set up long time ago to receive the yellow machine? Will we wait for the yellow machine to hit country before we start telling people to cut the grass and start making space for it? That means we're not prepared. We're not ready. And a government of that sort, with the vision and the perspective of the president, you know, what were they doing? What the public works minister they were doing? The people that are responsible, Jeremiah Kuhn went and lobbied for this machine. He did very well. But what was the mechanism put into place, right? Preparing for this machine to come. Knowing very well that seditions are waiting. Tomorrow, after 6 months, when those machines are not moving, but that when people in the country can be talking about that.
Application to Keto, and that's exactly what you're doing here. Because you
go call it in. Why were you?
Because so the people giving Keto them bone to chew. Because sooner or later, the same men will be taking picture of those machine and packings to places where it's not supposed to be. And that is why we're bringing it in. Because tomorrow, what I wanted to say, Mr. So, is that, like what you just said, right? How do you expect now for the local government to handle something they have never handled before? These are things that these people should have been educated on long prior to this machine coming, that they're supposed to already be aware. Most of the villages and counties have manpower that they can just get small money, they can prepare whole area for those things. So as we're speaking now, we're expecting the other batch coming. They're still waiting for it to come, even though right now they didn't get placed for 285 yellow machine. They didn't get placed for it, but they have not even thought to say, let's start preparing for it. Let's do a feasibility study of where we're going to put this machine and how we're going to put it, so that before the time comes for it to arrive, we already got a setup and we know exactly how much is going to where and how it's going to be maintained over the next 1 year until we get ready for it. Did we do all of that?
Okay, I think Dr. Toto get the answers to that question. Dr. Toto, do you think we're going to have a service center for these machines? And these are very valid questions. With all having a discussion does not mean people against what is happening, but we need to have this conversation hands down. Do you think all of these sub counties would they build service center for them, or are we going to see if something happen, one full break, then they bring it to Monrovia or send it back to China? How are they going to do this?
I think they're going to have a service center. So that just be roaming around. That's the reason why.
Regional, or you think they're going to make it a sort of regional something?
Yeah, I'm sure going to be like a regional something. Maybe the southeast county will have a regional location.
You think so?
In terms of maintenance, I don't think everything. It had to be decentralized. That's a certain issue that I say on the show. I talk about. I don't know whether GS is involved in the process, because the bureaucracy considered yellow machine is too huge. The Samuka group, there we don't know what kind of mechanism, what kind of process they are putting in place to be able to manage the machine. And the issue of public work also too. So the bureaucracy around here, so they have to really come out clear with a very good or strategic plan, to let the public know how this machine going to be functioning in the Leeward County or outside the Bureau County, whether Central Liberia will have a special location, like a service location, because mind you now, the maintenance aspect of the machine is very important. And without that, I hope they take that into consideration. Because you don't want to just go put there on the road, they get past issue, they get problem, then they say, okay, they're waiting for engineer to come from abroad to come and look at it. So they need to put all the mechanisms in place. And I know that when they went to China to negotiate for the machine, they met the manufacturer for all the specific specimen. I believe discussion were here in regard to all these things, because this is very huge. It really need good coordination to be frank.
But quickly, gentlemen, quickly, maybe I don't know. I saw most of the images and what is it? Do you know whether they have people came conducting maybe trainings on how to conduct this stuff, or they already have people there?
You see, and that's why I have my hand up for. I would say a responsible administration would already have that in place. Now, when people say, Dr. Toto made a assertion just now about creating regional service center, I would say that from the area of public administration and understanding some of those responsibility, I believe that if they send people to train, say they send about 50 people to train, they can dispatch them to each county to begin to train people locally, use the TOT process, the training of trainers, to do those things. Number one, regional service center would not work because those machines, to move them, is not that easy. These are serious issue with the roads and whatnot. So don't move the machine, take the manpower to go there and maintain it. Other than doing that, I think the government needs to put something in place. If they haven't already started to do that, I think that would be expedient to do for those yellow machines. Take the people there, the white folks there, to work on them and not move the machine, because that is so expensive. Anything could happen with the transportation. You don't have the capacity to transport those things. Right now, they're struggling with only a few trucks carrying those things, tractor trailers carrying those things. So you don't want to bring no more tractor trailer because the roads are not equipped for those kind of heavy duty and for the strength or the weight of those machines and the tractor trailer to roll over it. Because every time you overload a tractor trailer and ride on the road, it affects the surface of that road, and that's what damages our roads in Liberia frequently. So we need to be mindful of all those things. I'm just hoping that the government has something in place that they're beginning to do that, as this thing is being talked about around town. Rejoicing for one thing is good, but using the thing to benefit the greater good is another huge responsibility. So I hope that the whole issue of Samukai, Bernie Samukai experience as a public administrator is something that would be executed in trying to put some policy and some structure in place. I'm hoping that's what's going on.
Everybody hoping. Dr. Mali?
Well, I think one salient decision that the government should have made is this: taking those heavy equipment to the southeast is more concerning than any other area. So I thought,
why it should be more concerning?
Come in now. Yes, in the first place, yeah, what Moses said. Let's just pray hard. You don't go find somebody machine falling by the roadside from the trailer, falling from that trailer straight, lying down in the bush. That is even going to tarnish the whole operation. That's the first thing. The roads are fragile. Know what I mean? To go see one machine sling away and falling down almost into a valley.
Dr. Mali.
But what I'm saying here is that no, we got to be fast-started. We got to look into the future.
The machine will fall down
of our country. So what I thought,
it will slip.
Impossible. The people are very reckless. Even the driver that carrying the trailer, we don't even know their skills capacity. So, but this is what I wanted to even say here. I thought the first batch, our concentration should be the southeast. Okay, so some should have been taken on that ship or transfer another ship to go to Buchanan Port first. Then we move on to Greenville, then Apple. That will ease the burden. Although greater drivers sitting down to Freeport there, I can do it. Go throw all those things in the valley. Why can't we make the final? All right.
This is unbelievable.
So this is where I'm coming from, that they would have helped to solve some of the problem for that whole sector. Because it's not easy getting them there. So probably if they can focus on the last batch that coming,
Maybe the last batch will be, they
Uh-huh.
will do just
Because,
that.
and to be very frank with you, all these things we're discussing, maybe we are just just surmising, but I think the government should have things in play. Maybe we don't know about it, but I think this could be one good strategy for the Southeast. Instead of bringing everything to the people of Liberia, because you have found so many miracle drive to that place there, oh man. Where they're not supposed to see, they will be seeing.
Who are miracle driver?
These miracles, they died. They said they are experienced, they've been in the business 50 years, 25 years, 30 years. These are the people that are going through the machine in most of these valleys.
And some of them don't even have driver's license.
Okay. Keto, are you there with us?
Yes, I'm right here. I'm listening.
Get us sleeping.
Yeah,
I'm not sleeping. I'm listening. I'm listening. And today I will not go with the job thing, throwing job, throw job at me. Because I think our country is old enough to be mature and to do the right thing. Government should be doing the thing for the people. I'm not going, like I said before, I'm not going to rejoice because we got 280 some more pieces of yellow machine. That's not my thing to do. I think the government promised to do what the government is doing. And my main concern, like Dr. Mali, he made a salient point just now. We got Port of Monrovia, that is the free port. We got Port of Sino, we got Port of Grand Basso.
And
Maryland.
And Harper. So 4 different ports.
Major ports.
4, yes. Monrovia need yellow machine to open alleyways and stuff like that, even expand other roads that are narrow. I'm talking about Montserrat, not Monrovia, Montserrat in general. We need yellow machine there. Sino County that has a port. They need yellow machine badly, like yesterday, to do a lot of roads or construction. We're talking about Grand Bassa, so you can connect Grand Bassa to Riverside. Also need a lot of machine over there. Why will you take all of the machine and carry it to Freeport, knowing the fact that you have to transport them by road in those areas that mostly need those machines? Like Mr. Bale said, he's right. Some of the roads going to those places are so terrible. And we're talking about heavy machine that weigh thousands of tons. If anything should go wrong and the truck lay one side with the reckless driving, the machine tilt and fall, that one that is done. Because we don't have the equipment. We don't have the equipment. No, we don't. We do not have the equipment to raise those things from the valley where they're gonna be. I don't know. But another way we can do this thing is we take those yellow machines to counties that already got roads connecting to the other counties that don't have roads, and we start to use them to open roads and make the roads condition better. As we move into those counties, we start to deploy the machine where we want to store them in those counties. But just to say you're taking the machine and you're carrying it to river sets to put it there, it would be disaster. Another thing about this conversation is, like I said from the get-go of this conversation here, we try to shrink government. Why is this president creating another entity to waste taxpayer money? We have the public works. If you want to even put Brandon Samuka in the picture, send it to public works. Let it be an advisor, a consultant for yellow machine at public works, making sure those machines reach their destination and used properly. But you create another entity, Brandon Samuka going to bring his own people, that big chunk of money government pay, and that money is not in the budget. So where are they going to take the money from to pay those people that will be working along with the Brandon Samuka team? I think it's wasteful spending.
Okay, let me ask Dr. Toto. Dr. Toto, and then Terry can respond and everybody can respond. Instead of these guys, I didn't even see that other picture of people going to thank the president, thank you, this and that. It's always like that. Don't you think the House committee, both houses, it can be the both houses committee on public works or rural, whatever, anyway, don't you think it's time to have that sort of committee to call those in charge of this machine to tell the committee, to tell the Liberian people as to how, because these are government funds bringing this stuff here. To tell the Liberian people, yes, Minister Samuka, yes, the Minister of Public Affairs, Public Works, how do you guys intend to coordinate this to make sure these machines are taken care of, servicing, and used properly? Don't you think it's time for them to have that sort of conversation, with the committee, both houses, just to get a clear, broader picture that will put all of the apprehension to rest? Don't you think that's it? Instead of them wearing all their yellow suit to go tell the president, thank you? I don't understand. I don't get that.
Yeah, deputy said also that's a right. That's a rep. I think that's a right direction. That's supposed to be taken. I think, but the first day of the mission came. Okay, we all celebrate that one pound of yellow shirt too.
But why are you wearing today?
We did, But at least when it comes to the lawmaker, and you raise a valid point. I think this is the time that they're supposed to invite whoever in charge of the yellow mission, maybe public work, or maybe the Brother Samuka group, or maybe somebody from the executive branch, to give them a group or like a good specific requirement in terms of the infrastructure development mission going to be, how going to be allocated to various county, in terms of the rural network, which county, which you can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I see Bali put it here in the ear, like.
Bali is somebody smoking something.
We are hearing you. We hearing you.
Yeah, okay, so so at least they were supposed to be invited. I think that's why that should be the red path up to that. To do a clear path, a clear direction about the work of this machine and how the whole operation will carry on in the various counties or in the Monrovia area in terms of the infrastructure development, the government, spoke about in terms of the road connection, all of it. So instead of everybody just with the yellow,
Are you hearing him?
Yeah, we're hearing him.
Yeah, I think Mali get network problem. So I think, for me, I think the celebration is done. It's time now to get to work. There are a lot of work to be done.
Hello.
Dr. Mali, can you?
Dr. Mali, we can hear you.
Terry, was it that necessary in as much we want opens and work our roles? Was it that necessary to bring
CEO,
that?
can you tell Dr. Mali to go and come back in because there's a background
sound.
noise.
Dr. Mali, you got to go out and come back in. Or you,
There you go.
So
can he just stay off for the rest of the show?
Instead of machine quickly here, guys, before we move here. Terry, I will ask you, do you think it was that necessary in as much we want this thing to bring that sort of that huge consignment? It's advantage and this. I always like to talk. Is there advantage and disadvantage? Bringing all of that for the county, yes, it's good, but is there any downsides to that?
But we're having the discussion, Mr. So it's good. The machine coming is good, but what makes it to not be good is that whether if you were prepared for it to accommodate it, bringing it, you can even bring 500,000 yellow machine. But the problem is, do you have the accommodation? How can you invite somebody from America, the person can't get horse to sleep in? Then what the essence are you inviting them? So my contention is, I'm happy I've been praying for the machine to come, but I don't want to, I think in my mind, I see it more politically driven than it means to change the trajectory of the state. All right? Because, it's more political driven because bringing all the machine, which is fine, but politically, it's just a political stunt. It have draw attention. People wearing yellow suit going to the place. But if you wanted to bring it bit by bit, and every time you bring it, you have accommodation for them, then it makes sense. It becomes very easy for you to operate it. But as it stands, if the machine even stay for the next 2 to 3 months without it being operated, it shows that there was no need of you bringing a machine because you are not ready for it. That's my thing. We want to start the ball rolling because the old man have only 3 more years in power.
Are you worried over this? Is that something
I'm
that
worried.
you?
I'm worried. I'm not. I'm worried for my government.
I mean to make sure. I mean, you know, the future of this and how it will be maintained, how it will be functional.
Yes, Mr. So I'm worried about that because in the past, even the buses, look at the MTA buses on a Jowia town, on a my Ellington, it was never maintained. Up to today, the engine, the motor for those things are being sold on the market. You see, and you know Liberia, you know Liberians, how we take things, how we treat the things that are supposed to be more valuable to us. All right. So I don't know who the team that were on the operation. Keta made a fine point, but let me tell you something, Keta. The road funds can pay those people. And I agree with the old man setting up a team. The only thing I disagree with is that the team is late. You don't set up a team when you already have a consignment coming. But Mr. So I beg to leave, man. I got to go for my wife.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right, drive safe.
Yeah, what's on to where I mean it's not 45.
Keto now talking about
all right.
the Reverend wannabe politician today.
Let me put it down.
But let me piggyback off of what Terry just said while he was leaving. I think we as a people, especially for us on the show, need to have open mind, and it's good to have these concerns based on the history of some of our people. However, let's respect the fact that there are people there with the same thought process that we have. And we don't know if these things are being done because we're not there in the trenches of what's going on. I would suspect that they have people with administrative skills that will look at policy on what is happening with this machine, when it's happening, and how it's going to happen. For administrative reasons. Some of the things also would be the structures of operations. Those are very important. And the most important thing is maintenance. If you don't maintain anything that you have when it's new, it will break down, and then that's the end of it. What process, what policy do we have in place to address the issue of maintenance? So I hope that, but I know maybe hopefully we're too hasty in questioning some of these things. However, it is my hope that there are people already in place doing that. When people say you can't count the chicks before the eggs are hatched, it makes sense. However, these things should have been preempted because they knew the machine was coming, and we don't know if there were people, but the people right now, rejoicing about the yellow machine coming, maybe they have already done these things and not exposed it yet. I think the transporting of these machines needs to go smoothly to each county and give the counties the responsibility for those machines. The superintendents and the leadership of the counties need to do that. And then the legislators have a big role to play in it. They have a huge role to play in that also. And maybe this will make some of them start going to the counties instead of sitting there in Maserati.
Can I just make a point for like 30 seconds?
Hold on 1 second. Clarence is on the line. Let's get a caller.
To support me or not? Because you're not supporting me, I'll not give you my 30 seconds.
How are you doing? Yeah, Clarence, are we on Tabata tonight, or we just try to prevent?
I'm done with the CEO.
No, it's not about I'm not
sure if he can hear us.
Getting there, we don't want to see the progress of the country, and we should really want to come in and at least good evening to all the Yorubas. And thank God I'm here in the country. But the concern that people are raising to me is
no one's talking right now.
The government.
Somebody on the phone.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
We can hear you.
Okay, because one of the things.
Someone on the phone with the CEO?
You get it, CEO?
Then I have to go and come back in.
Okay, one of the points that the Mali raised is that everything going will fall. And we know fully well most of these roads about major roads to this very country. We have logic companies in the country that are holding law in the area. their trade is not falling because the Euro machine coming going the country now. Then the Euro machine will fall. He said too, if the Euro machine shouldn't go in the south, he saw when the Euro machine going in north will not fall. But one of the things, because I listen to Barney Samakala every day when they put a machine out, he appear on Class Street Notice. He said the machine would be maintained and they are working along with what the Ministry of Power. In every county, they will have a resident engineer in the very county. And the resident engineer will work with the county authority and the lawmaker of the county and also the citizens. In every county will have a coordinator. Yeah. And the agents are there. They say even the supply, the fuel supply, and the oil will not be done through the Ministry of Power, it will be done through the airfield. And that machine will be manned by the airfield. So because they are doing it in the state, because when Kevin said that in the past the government brought your machine to the public, where are the machine today? And when they took the machine, when they found the machine to the American in Carrotsburg area there, they have some for every county. As a machine leaving for the ship, the one for the county with the flag going straight to that parking lot, the higher range. So he said it, he appearing on the sponsor on Sunday, but one-on-one with the CEO. They could say legitimate, but then we are seeing the thing that whether they time for training, and many of our road engineering are going on in the country. You have Liberia, even when they're very bicycle road. Many of the operators are on our road are Liberian. So if you're taking a 15-year machine in the country, you want to tell me that this country will not be able to have operators in the country, and what about the country will have other private or road engineer or company or also constructing road in the country? I don't think it will take a long. Then he said that they are building, because he said that next week they are building the fuel station, and the fuel station will be built by with the army in the very county. And where the machine will be stored. And there's a truck that came with a spare part. When I put the machine, every country will have a spare part container. And the team that comes, the company that get a machine to Nigeria, like drop out a machine for, they are sending also their mechanic team coming to maintain the machine for 2 years. And the same time will be training on Nigeria.
That's good.
So if the machine come in my country, and you don't utilize it because you want to be more political, and you're not looking at the program of the machine will help your people in the country. You want to say, oh, because for the government and I'm opposition, that means you are the witchcraft opposition. Today, people kill cow in Robert G for the young machine. They're ready to be people. They kill cow in Robert G for the young machine. We are living in a foreign country. We got outside the rule here. We know how many people in the interior there that they're marking against money. See, because you said that when we talk on like drug issue, people on the look at people that live in Monrovia, we can talk about the grand border. But we are not even looking at our mother and father that in Nigeria, that making their father having a plenty fine team. They want to bring it to the market. And one of the things too, Bonnie said, he said, the mission going the country will decide where the mission will be used. It's not other way, it's not the key for the government. It's the country authority and the country leadership, the citizen, the youth, will decide we want for the machine to be used on this, and the resident engineer in that country will work with the citizens in that country to carry on that project.
Right.
That was the contribution I wanted to thank you for
I think he gave a very succinct kind of overview, and I think maybe hopefully the Sunday interview will provide more excerpts. Okay, guys, it's 9:57. Let's start cutting it now for the night. You know, some of us after here we have to run.
Can I ask a question?
So
I'm on the floor, Mr. Security Analyst, wannabe politician.
Who you asking the question? The gentleman who are talking or who?
Yeah, I just want to ask the question about the gentleman who was talking and what he just said at the end of his closing.
Well,
it's just a question.
He just providing information, thing that he listened to. So maybe, I mean, you can throw it out, but I'm not sure, you know, whatever it is. But like Keta, I mean, just take a shot with it now as we try to wrap up our evening.
I don't want to forget that.
And so that question, I know that question that the security analyst want to ask is something that play in my mind. How can this Brandon Samuka man tell the Liberian people that the youth in the county will determine where the machine will be used. So where is zoning, where public work gonna be. I don't count this capital, don't have zoning law. They will just do anything with this machine. It will be here to scatter. But the security analyst wannabe politician said something, right? He said that we should have an open mind. Yes, we do have an open mind. The reason we are having these debates is because remember, Terry and the doctor spoke about facility being constructed to house those machines, right? Now, the agriculture project on Ellen Johnson Salib administration, did they plan for those machinery that came? I said no. That's the reason why one rest were not even planted in Liberia for the machines. The machines are sitting now in a cemetery of bushes just there. Those machinery could be housed and maintained so it can help develop the agricultural sector. Today, the machine are just languishing down there. It's done. Nobody touching it. Maybe they extracted parts from it and other stuff. So it's the same concern that we're having. We're having an open mind. This is why we're discussing what is the way forward. I think now the government should be, and when Clarence David came and said, the former defense minister said they are building stations, and I said on this platform, they should be filling stations just for the machine. They should also be something like, everywhere here we got DOT, right? DOT build those beautiful, huge storage facility that keep, those trucks that ply the road during the winter time and other machinery. They could build stuff like that and assign heavy duty mechanic in those places that so when the machine breaks down, they will be able to put it on a bed or trailer and bring it to that area and service it, or even take it to the field and service it and get it rolling back. But
Thank
all
you
those
so
things are
much.
in place. So we still trying to get there. We will get there. I believe we'll get there.
All right, thank you so much. Dr. Toto?
Yeah, just to say on the like what other was saying, for me, we believe that these machines are all for infrastructure and road development, and we want to really see the good of it. And I think the government already laid the foundation for it by making it arrive in the country. So we want to see the action of it. Let it get to work. Most of those major roads and places that they need to be worked on, let it start getting on the work and try to do the celebration here. We are celebrating now. It's time to get to work. But what they concern that I have so far right now, the issue of we know sometimes such cases that the military come in, the engineering battalion come in to help to carry on some of the development. But when it comes to public work, we know public work is the government or carry on role on infrastructure development in Liberia. So we don't know what role public will be playing in the situation. Maybe I may clarify. I don't know. I say maybe don't know more about it. Want to see what role public will be, whether to be facilitating the army or the Brandon Samuka group to be working together, and then with the county leadership to make sure that they all work together. Because when too much bureaucratic group get together, they start butting heads, then conflict begin to come in from a project management background. I know when you bring too much big heads together, they'll start butting heads. So we just hope that the process be coordinated well without bringing conflict.
Thank you so much. Moses, let's hear you.
Okay. Let me ask my question first, which is hypothetical. And when Colin said about the Samuka remarks, including the fact that the people in the county would decide, how those machines would be used, and the youth and everybody else. What capacity those people have to make that determination is my question. When the people have not seen yellow machine, how are they going to consciously say how those machines will be used? It's something that really baffles me. The other thing is that I am of the mindset, like I said earlier, there are people already in the works, hopefully by this administration, to look at the policies that are going to follow those machines to those various places. Okay. They should also look at the execution of the intent purposes of those machines, what the machines are intended for. And these are all administrative pieces, and how do we realize, how do we get to the realistic result of those projects that are designated in these various areas? Okay. And we got to understand one group that is excluded from the yellow machine because the government now owns the yellow machine are the private contractors who would have bid for these roads, okay, to build the roads. Now, if the government is taking that over, that means the private entity is gone, it's being wiped out. You see, there's a whole lot involved with this. And I don't want to say we don't have people that have the capacity to think outside the box, but I hope that folks are thinking outside the box and attacking all of these issues, because if this is not successful and you've already, fitting with the, breaking down the whole issue with privatization, with private company, public and private sector, contracts and agreements and stuff like that, how do you turn back to it automatically? So these are some of the things that are going through my head. And I'm sure over the days and months, we're going to have more questions. But, in this moment, celebration is over. Like everybody says, let's start, get our thinking hats on and start putting out some policies on how these things are going to work. If it means legislative action, all the people who are there with all the yellow suits, they need to start thinking in their counties. They need to start contributing. No, serious. They need to start contributing to the policies and how, because this is government-owned properties. And that anyone that misuses it, there should be penalties to that. And I think that's how we lost the first part during the WEA administration, when they brought those machines and they got misused and we didn't see anybody prosecuted for it. So those are the things that these legislators need to start thinking about. The celebration over, they all wore their yellow suits, so now they need to go back to the county with the yellow suits on so that they can start putting some things in place with the people and educating the general public on how these machines are intended to be used and for what purpose, that they're going to develop the counties and what have you. And the implementation piece of the policy should be in place and severely, adhered to. And I think that's more important than just having the machines.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Male. I saw the guy. I said, but wait now, who Invincible 11 are you going to play for a long time? See my boy.
I know. I almost wore my IE uniform.
The speaker, the deputy, everybody. I saw yellow teeth all outside. Like, what the heck is going on in this country?
Even the CDC people. The CDC people, they're all yellow.
That's not true.
Oh, but I color that yellow, that we are color.
Okay, let's go to Dr. Male. Catch on this guy just trying to provoke you. Don't mind him. You love your CDC. Dr. Male. Let's go.
I'm sensing something. I'm sensing a huge bureaucratic overreach how to manage the machine, and it's going to cause problem for the longevity of this machine. I see problem with all the people involved, public work, the executive mansion wing with Samuka, then the county authority, the youth, who knows, the chief,
and the military.
The military. I see a huge overreach here to the point where nobody will take blame. I think the thing should have just been strictly, because the question now is who to report to who?
Policies.
Are they going to report to the Ministry of Public Works?
Yes, the chief administrator.
A Samuka will be reporting directly to her boss that appointed him. This thing is going to bring problem. So all I thought it would have just been in the hand of public work, and you come up with authority measure to guard this thing. Even the issue of the security, all that talking Tabata, banning Samuka on class reload, no detail. How the thing will be protected.
Too early for that.
The army going there, it's not guaranteed that it's going to be protected. Everybody looking for fast cash. All right? The superintendent there may be giving their own authority. All right? So the question now is, I think it's a problem. There's a problem coming.
The army will provide.
This celebration may soon be short-lived with all the kind of a crisis, because crisis will surely come. So I thought this thing was just going to be into the hands of the public work. Maybe whosoever the president want to become an advisor, but they have to work with the public work and let public work come up with a comprehensive blueprint how this thing was going to be handled, right? But you get to the county, the superintendent say, "I'm the representative of the president here." Maybe the technical team say, "Okay, I think it will get this place as a storage ground. This place is high, it's above sea level." The superintendent say, "Oh no, I have already gotten the place for you. I'm the superintendent here. It got to be this way." You know, I see a whole lot of confusion coming up. At the end of the day, the intended purpose of the whole thing now will miss out. You see, I foresee it coming seriously. But all in all, the idea is fine. But if those preparations are in place, like what we're just referencing about the machine for the agriculture thing, healing time, all that taxpayer money just went in vain. So I think we're talking from experience here, you see, because these are machines, it could happen to them. It's not impossible. Thank you.
All right. I mean, these are all valid. And again, for us, we have conversations here on this network with the sole purpose that it is in good faith, allow people to express, to speak their mind freely. It's about our country. It is about your country. We don't think people should be restrictive in saying something in as much we want to see good things happening. We must also want to protect these things here, because from time to time, government, the histories of government managing government properties is just ridiculous, and that has to stop. And that's a very good point you raised. Who want to report to who? And this is where the struggle comes in. I'm not sure whether the superintendents are besides the liaison, which is good to have a liaison, whether the superintendents is part of that, because at the end of the day, when trouble comes, they want, oh, me, I know I have responsibility. I assign to they want to do this, or then everybody want there's an issue now, then they fall back. So I hope it's not too late. I hope the Senate committee not just only coming on network, but they will hold these people who are in charge, who the president has designated to manage the affairs of these expensive materials. They will provide some explanation through the House, through the Senate, so that the Liberian people know exactly where we are and who will be held accountable when one tire goes missing, or some of them use those sensors. Very expensive thing. One that thing gone, it can't even move because they are very sophisticated, highly costly stuff. And I'm happy with what I heard, that people are going to be coming to be training. That would be good. And these people, they have to be paid correctly. Their services, those are hard moving. Risky competency operating. All of that, team putting things in the air, bringing it down, all those kind of things. Those people, I mean, it comes a lot of good. It comes a lot of
competency and compensation.
But CEO, to even add to that, we don't want the technicians and operator going on strike. They're not getting paid for 2 months, 3 months. That's going to undermine things. But one of the most important things here is this. It may sound funny, but I think the issue of integrity is very key for these people who are going to take care of these things. So my question to the panelists is like, I don't know.
You want us to relegate?
Yeah, was this guy, was Samuka, was he clear by the court with his corruption episode?
Dr. Mali.
I just asked a question. I don't
Yeah,
know.
1 second.
We're gonna do a survey. We're gonna do a survey.
It also come with integrity. It also come with
CEO, please,
integrity.
We
Yeah.
know
CEO,
that,
please
Dr.
put on the
Dr. Mali.
please put on
We
the
all
the
understand
topic
that.
for Sunday.
You know, like the CEO
Please.
was saying, when we talk about
let's have a conversation in the chat room, and then we can talk about that.
Yeah, please add on the topic for Sunday.
but we can talk right here. Just
The
get off
accusation.
the air.
Please add on the topic for Sunday. The
How do we get to
accusation
the chat room?
of the speaker.
What? It's
The
10
accusation
o'clock.
of the speaker.
There's no time to go, Moses. You say what?
Huh?
You hear me? Please add on the topic the accusation of the
We're still
speaker that came
talking,
out today,
but
the
I
bombshell.
can't hear him.
Yeah, I don't want you to even hear me.
Huh?
Now I can hear you.
I said, please add on the topic Speaker Richard Kuhn. There was a lady that came out today and
About what?
there's a lady came out today and said she
Are you
was
surprised?
trying to
Are you surprised about Richard Kuhn, the man who put his left hand up and said and made a public declaration who he is, what kind of speaker he's going to be? So I don't think this is why we're going to talk about here, and this is where the destruction. I'm just going to play a lie here. Somebody put it. Somebody sing here. These are people who the government should be carrying. Speaker Kuhn, and he clearly defines himself who he was and what he's going to be. So where is it? But these are people. How many of them do we have in our country? These are people that we're supposed to be talking about. But Sunday we're going to do a Kuhn. What you reap is what you sow. The making, he said he's a regime speaker. The president and other people, they all facilitated and carry him there. When I go all calm down, he helped to make him speaker. So
you can hear me?
So I really don't want, we can talk about it. It can be part of your point and we can have a conversation. But I just think
we can talk about that.
I mean, the moral aspect is very, very much key.
Yes.
It's just sad. I mean, listen to
it's sad.
You can't have that
most powerful man in the country. They kind of scandal on him.
Your house. Media will storm your house. The constituent will demand your resignation and you will resign. Anybody people can resign like bro. The people corrupt, they move on there, they put them somewhere where they will eat more money and entire car they go scot-free. Gentlemen, your good night.
Theo, can you hear me?
We can't hear you.
Oh, okay.
We can't hear you.
Well, I just want to know.
We can't hear you.
And everybody can throw something in the group and to see what we can talk about.
Right. We'll be there. I
gotta come for again. Yeah, you 1 year about.
Keta,
what
are you talking about? Why you got a yellow patch on your shirt?
You're good night. I'm going.
Why you got a yellow patch on your shirt?
Bring you yellow something. Yeah, bye-bye.
They fire around a yellow patch.
Yeah, bye-bye. Yeah, bye-bye.
Look at your background, all yellow.
All right, folks. We want to thank you so much. P. William, good evening. Good to have you here and all of the rest of the guys. Let's talk behind the scene and then we can get that going on Sunday. Until then, have a pleasant evening. Bye-bye.
Running a local business is about connecting with people. Josen Communications helps share our story and brings our community right to our door.
For accurate, balanced local news and insightful interviews, I trust one source. Josen Communications consistently provides the full, in-depth story.
Getting the word out is vital for our town. They make sure important announcements reach everyone, making our whole community feel more connected.
It's more than just news. It's the heartbeat of where we live. Josen Communications shares the stories that truly bring us all together.
That will be the Newlet website that we're going to be launching here very shortly. It's meant to preserve the legacy of our people, and it's going to be of informational outlet. Going to operate with the Liberia Public Radio as well, more or less be running obituaries announcement. I don't think we should only remember our lost one when it's Decoration Day or Memorial Day. We must have an archive where the memories of these people must be preserved, where we can reference it. And Liberia Public Radio with Josen Communications will be teaming up in making sure that your loved ones, by then physically being away from you, should not erase their great time that they have with you. So we are working on that, and that will be coming out. On this note, folks, we want to thank you so much for sharing your evening. My own sister Anna, long time. How you doing? I'm on my way to Minneapolis, Minnesota. And when I get there, hopefully we can see. But good to have you here. And all of our great people. If this is the first time, we say thank you so much for sharing your evening with us. Alvin, good to have you here. Benedict, God with me, colleague, myself, God with me too. Philip Fogbart, good to have you here. We want to thank you so much for all you do, for your time, your company on this network. It is because of you, if we are even exhausted, we are here. However, we don't say your way. You can challenge what we say, but we can have a conversation. But those conversations must be in a safer context with mutual respect. On this note, we say thank you so much and have a pleasant evening. Bye-bye.